Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's Fiery Moon. Here to do the collective new moon spread. This is a general spread, so it doesn't pertain to any zodiac sign. It is just, a read on the energy in regards to this new moon that we have today in Leo. So we're just gonna see, what the energy is looking like around us and what we can do, and how we can, utilize the energy to bring forth, our manifestations. So, now is the time to set your intentions. For the things that you would like to manifest. And let's use this energy accordingly, for what it's here for. So in regards to this new moon, what messages do we need for the collective? Let's see what's going on. What messages do we need in regards to this new moon and Leo? Remember, we do have Lion's Gate as well. But let's see what's going on with the moon. One more, and then we're gonna jump right in. Alright, so we have Work Through Your Fears, which is the new moon in Scorpio. So this could be a cycle for some of you that that started, as we know, time and energy is fluid, but it could be a cycle that started for you back in Scorpio season with the new moon in Scorpio, in which you may have been, doing some internal healing work, working on, yourself, getting rid of any fear or blockages, manifesting your way, through those fears that could have started or, came to light back in the new moon in Scorpio. That's playing out, through this new moon as well, just the energy of that. And for some of you, that cycle will end with the next new moon in Scorpio. Or some of you, just because the card says new moon in Scorpio does not mean it has to be that new moon in Scorpio that we're upon in the moon cycle. But it could be, some of you could be, working through some, fears, hidden fears, no matter what it's in regards to. Some of you, with a new romantic cycle begins, the new moon in Libra, which is upcoming. After, Virgo season. Some of you, there has been a fear of, relationships. How, some of you, I feel like you've been going through the same cycle within a relationship or a job, place it where it resonates for you. It's just general. In which you're needing to, break free of past patterns with the South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. But ultimately, what I'm feeling just with this energy alone at the bottom of the deck is like, there's some type of, balance coming in, whether it's in an actual relationship, whether it's within, yourself, or just, a balancing out in your energy overall with, the scales and, the Scorpio there. I feel like some of you may have, been stung by relationships in the past, or this is just relating to, or you not relating, but referring to how you relate and partner with others. Maybe there's a fear of opening yourself up to others, whether that be in general or a romantic sense, but it stems from the things of your past. So with the don't let your past hold you back, it's almost like it's like the breaking of a pattern is what I'm feeling. Let's see. What messages do we need in regards to this new moon? What's coming in with this energy? Alright, so what's coming in is a fiery climax approaches the new moon and full moon in Aries, which is going to be in Libra season as well. So I almost feel like something is, like coming to a head. Whatever cycle you've been in, it's coming to a head or an end. And bottom of the deck says, the end of a tough cycle approaches. So, it could be, the completion of a cycle. And that's the full moon in Capricorn. So for some of you, this cycle could have started in, in Cancer season when the full moon in Capricorn was, this past one. Or again, depending on where you're at, this could be the upcoming, next year. Energy is fluid, so time it could be any time. Where are we at currently? Where is the collective at currently within the energy? Where is the collective within the current energy? So we have a time to give rather than take, the new moon in Virgo. So some of you are in, because it is Virgo energy, like a hermit mode energy. Some of you are, I'm getting like harvest. So some of you guys may be, beginning to reap the benefits of, seeds you planted during the new moon in Virgo, last year. You may start to see that, come up. At least that's what I'm feeling. And then we have show the world the real you at the bottom, which was the full moon in Aquarius, which we just had this past Leo season. So it's almost like, I feel like if you've been in the hermit mode, you're about to come out of that energy. But I also feel like there's some type of benefits to that as well. And let's see, how can we best harness this energy? How can the collective best harness this energy? All right, so we have adjustments are required, which is the third quarter moon energy. So there's going to be some, there's going to be some adjustments. There's going to be some changes and or adapting that you're going to have to do, whether within yourself or, physically, to, take on and utilize this new moon energy. And then we have at the bottom the new moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. So this just almost feels like, for some reason, I'm getting the word guarantee. And then up under that, we have you're very close to achieving your goal. The gibbous moon phase. So overall, what's coming in is like the end of a tough cycle, with there being like some type of reward, but it is going to take some adapting or adjusting. But we're gonna see what's going on. Messages do we need in regards to this new moon energy and spread for the collective? What messages do we need in regards to this new moon for the collective? Messages do we need in regards to the full moon? What messages do we need? So bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Swords, which can speak to an energy of, you know, feeling defeated. It could also be ego. It could also be just a lot of mental conflict that, you know, you may be going through in regards to, you know, your self-worth. Because that's what I'm getting off of this Queen of Pentacles. You could be worried about, you know, finances or, you know, something material. But I feel like it's heavily, you know, self-worth, especially with the Queen of Wands up under that, who is normally, you know, like a confident queen energy. You know, so I feel like there may be, you know, a lack mindset around, you know, your own inner worth, how you feel about yourself. You know, with this energy here. But like I said, I feel that there's that cycle for you may be ending, and it may be during Virgo season, where it's almost like an energy of you need to, like, first of all, like, know that you are enough, but also it's giving me an energy of, you know, receiving as well. An energy of like receiving and accepting. But let's see what comes out. And the adjustments that may be, you know, required could just be, you know, a change in your mindset. Especially with that Five of Swords coming out. Alright, so for a fiery climax approaches, we have the Two of Pentacles and the World. So some of you guys are juggling with, you know, or at least going back and forth with figuring out whether how to end this cycle or if you should end this cycle. Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands, which is an energy of, you know, being future focused in a way, but it's also, you know, an energy of waiting for your ships to come in. Some of you guys may be juggling because you're waiting for something to come in. But, you know, the ships can't come in without any water. And then up under that, we have the King of Cups, who, you know, is the masculine water energy, but he holds on to the water. So, you know, a fiery climax approaching, you know, it's like some of you are trying to, like, end something and begin something and, like, truthfully almost be emotionless about it. But what pushes you forward and what pushes the current is water, is the emotions. Because I feel like just a very dry energy here. Right, let's see. What is a time to give rather than take? Give me one more. That Eight of Cups just slid right out. Give me one more. Alright, so we have the Seven of Swords, the Eight of Cups, and the Page of Swords. So with this energy here, I'm feeling like some of you are, you know, deciding to walk away from, you know, manipulation or, you know, self-sabotage, because it's like you're seeing it clearly now with a time to give rather than take. You could have been dealing with energies that were, you know, takers, or this could be you. You know, because it was either, if it's you, you know, it was self-sabotaging, and you're, you know, you're walking away from that, and you're seeing that within yourself. But if you were on the receiving end of dealing with these types of energies, you know, sneaky, manipulative, it's a very all for self energy. You're walking away from that energy as well. And, you know, some of you, especially, like, I felt like the cutting out of, like, trying to do something without emotions. It's like you're deciding to detach from this no matter how you feel about it, because it's time for you to receive. And for some of you, you know, if you are the one in this energy, you've been, you know, blocking yourself. But if you were dealing with, you know, other people, places, or things that exhibited this energy, they were, you know, in a way holding you back from, you know, having the happiness that you want. Because it's like they almost didn't want to feel the pain and the heartbreak of, you know, losing you. Like, you could have been, you know, for instance, providing for someone, but they weren't reciprocating that same energy. And it's like you're moving away from that. It's time for you to, like, be on the receiving end in a way. And if this was something that, you know, if you were the taker, it's like you're realizing that you were taken, you know, from people because you know, you were almost avoidant of your emotions. And you were like a hoarder of your emotions. You never displayed them, but it's like now you're seeing the deception in that and how it was blocking you from this new beginning, because you were protecting yourself from, you know, heartbreak or upset or loss. But there's a healing, you know, coming to that. and it's coming by way of the Ace of Swords. From the 3 to the 4 is the Ace, and that's what you're seeing. You're it's like you got a new perspective, a new outlook, a new awareness of what this is. All right, and let's look at adjustments are required, because this is what you're going to have to do. So we've seen the energy that's coming in with this new moon. It's almost like you're going to have to make a choice. Are you going to close out this cycle, or are you going to wait on something that, you know, may not be what you expect? And for a time to give rather than take, you know, this is the energy of where you're currently at, coming into that awareness. But the adjustments are required. Let's see what, you know, what adjustments, you know, you're going to have to make. Because I said, what does the collective need to do when I pull that card? Adjustments are required. Oh, this is beautiful. So for some of you guys, we got the Knight of Cups and the 9 of Wands. It's like, you know, is the first thing I heard when the Knight of Cups came out was, you know, allow yourself to be vulnerable and not be so guarded. You're going to have to, you know, learn how to almost like, in a way, like combine these two energies. Because you're not wanting to be vulnerable, because that's what I'm feeling off that 9 of Cups, because there's like almost a fear of, you know, the past, and it's like you don't want to, you know, keep going. But once you're at the 9, the only thing left after the 9 is the 10, which is, you know, releasing this burden, releasing all of the past baggage that you're still holding on to, because it's blocking you ultimately from your own happiness with this 9 of Cups and a whole new beginning with the Fool. So you're gonna have to learn how to almost like be more expressive emotionally. And with this, you know, this new moon, you're gonna have, even regardless whether this is work, family, love, whatever, it's like you almost need to, I feel like, express your needs, because you being not expressive and hoarding on to your feelings is, you know, you were hindering yourself, or you were being blocked. If this is another person or people or situation. And it's almost like you have to learn how to allow, you know, how to receive, you know, emotional communications or gestures as well. It's like, because of, you know, people that may have approached you like this in the past, you have your guard up. But learning how to heal and work through that energy is what gets you, you know, from the 8 to the 9. Two of Pentacles, because that's what's really screaming for, you know, the energy that's coming in, because it's like you need to, there needs to be some type of balance. Yeah, there needs to be some type of balance, because if you're juggling with this energy of needing to, you know, close out a cycle so that you can begin something new, or, you know, whether it's you waiting for something that, you know, may not come in, it's like you have to have the courage with the Strength card, the courage and the confidence to open yourself up to exploring, something new, a different possibility. Because that Two of Pentacles is also like, it's cycles. It's like being stuck in an endless loop. So with this new moon energy, if you set your intentions right, it's like you have to, have the courage to believe, number one, that it's gonna end, and by doing something new, it can get you to a more stable place with this Four of Wands. Because the Page of Wands is like explorer energy. Or you may have to, some of you may have to communicate this. So that you can, get more balanced within yourself and your energy as this Chariot. And these are two cards of movement, moving forward, leaving, that Six of Swords is an energy of like leaving what no longer serves you emotionally behind. And for some of you, it is the fact that you've been like almost reclusive in expressing how you feel. So it's time for you to, like I almost feel like a flush of emotions. Get rid of them, because you're just holding on to them. You're not acting on them. You're not expressing them. You're not doing anything with them. And that's what's blocking you from this. So let's get the guidance or advice. And I'm using the Animal Spirit deck for this, or the Spirit Animal deck. So what guidance or advice do we need for the collective in regards to this new moon energy and this spread? Do we need for the collective in regards to the new moon energy and this spread? So bottom of the deck, we have the Wasp Spirit. Sometimes life stings, which is a 64 that breaks down to a 10, which, represents the ending of cycles, the closing out of cycles, things coming to an end. And, of course, no one wants to, some of you, you may be, walking away from, people, places, and things. Or if you're having this realization for yourself, it does hurt to realize how you've been, almost self-sacrificing, your energy for the sake of others, or, for the sake of, protecting yourself, which is, it's a normal human response. But nothing lasts forever, But let's see, what's the guidance or advice? in regards to this energy of the new moon and spread for the collective. It's time to like make room to allow a new experience in. And you can't, you know, bring in the new still holding on to the old. Give me one more, because that's a big one. Ooh, child. Alright, so we have our moth spirit. Surrender now. Like, just surrender to the process. Allow whatever's leaving to leave, and what, so that you can make room for whatever is trying to come in for you. And then we have freedom is yours with horse spirit. And then we have bobcat spirit, like life is a mystery. So really the advice is, you know, like just free yourself from all of this energy, because you don't know where, you know, you're headed, you know, and this could be, you know, something that's necessary for you to go through, you know, for a lesson that you may have to learn. Look, you cannot make this shit up, I swear to God. And it says open to infinite possibilities. And especially with this this Lionsgate portal, like this is the time, especially coupled with this new moon, to like express some of your, you know, start going after and expressing, you know, the things that you want. Speak things into existence. And as long as you're coming from, you know, a pure and clear heart space, it'll manifest for you. Look, and then up under that, we got porcupine spirit. Time for beginner's mind. Right here. That's what this is. Page of Wands. It's time for you to explore the possibilities of what can happen when you allow the space for new experiences to come in. And your best bet is to just surrender to the process, which I am going to read that one, and then that'll be the reading, because that one is coming out strong. 39. So, Moth Spirit, surrender now. The Oracle message, Moth Spirit asks, what is guiding you right now? Are you in alignment with Spirit, or pursuing something or someone with so much tenacity that it has become a compulsion or addiction? Are you so intoxicated by a potential relationship or opportunity that you can't think straight? Hard work and dedication are virtues, and love, of course, is a beautiful thing. However, when Moth Spirit appears, it is time to consider if you have gone over the edge in a relentless pursuit. Workaholism, overeating, perfectionism, or addiction to certainty or even to a person may be your current vice. The form of your addiction does not matter so much as awareness of the consequences remaining persistent when moderation is needed. Let go of your excessive energy by channeling it in more than one direction. The fire burns hot, and you do not want to be engulfed by your passion to the exclusion of all other pursuits that matter to you. Now is a time for surrender and radical acceptance, so that your drive does not cause you to flee or to fight. Spirit wants you to release your need for certainty and control, so that you can relax in a more balanced way of using your Moth Spirit energy. Banish the shoulds and musts, so that you can enjoy what is as you allow for what might be. The protection message. Moth Spirit can be intense and honesty about your own compulsive tendencies right now. Moth Spirit can be intense, and honesty about your own compulsive tendencies is needed right now. It is too easy to switch from one addiction to another. distracting yourself from the discomfort of uncertainty and the thoughts and emotions that arise when you aren't single-mindedly pursuing a goal. Mall Spirit calls to you to practice moderation in all things and recognize when you think you are headed towards the light but are really headed into a fire that will cause burnout. Why are you so resistant to letting go? Could you be avoiding difficult emotions you need to feel and release? And I said that. I said it's like an energy of needing to just like purge and get rid of these old feelings. Now is the time to do a fearless inventory so that your addictive tendencies can be toned down and rechanneled into enthusiastic activity and moderation. You are not a machine. Listen to Mall Spirit's message that a change is needed to support your well-being. Those adjustments are required. Maybe deep down you know you have become too attached to something and someone. Let go of your need to control the outcome and allow yourself to remember the many ways you want to channel your energy to relationships, to work, to giving to others, to self-care, and to all other pursuits you value. Cannot make this shit up. And some of you, yeah, it is like you're battling over, having control over the situation as a whole. That's what you're struggling with, trying to control the situation, but not wanting to, keep going back and forth with, well, what if I don't have control of the situation? It's that constant battle in your mind of needing to be in control that's causing you to like be in almost like, I feel like a hanged man energy with, waiting or staying in something that needs to end, but you're just waiting instead of going with what you feel. You're trying to weigh, it's almost like you're trying to weigh your emotional feelings practically with that Two of Pentacles, because that practicality is what gives you, the sense of control. And it's like some of you don't want to relinquish that control with the Four of Pentacles. And that's, like I keep saying, it's blocking you from your own happiness and fulfillment. So yes, I thank you guys for tuning in with me. That was your new moon reading. So, what's coming in is if you allow it to come in, is, almost like, for some of you, I feel like it's what you've been waiting for. You just haven't allowed the space to let it come in. Because it's like you don't want to make any changes. But in order for you to, receive, you can't receive anything in this energy. Your hands are full because you're holding on too tightly. And you can't receive anything in this energy either. Your hands are full. It's time to, clear out so that you can catch the blessings that are trying to come to you. And vulnerability is not a weakness, it's a strength. So don't, have that mindset. If I show my emotions, that means I'm weak. If I, no, it actually makes you stronger. So that was the new moon reading for this week, or for this new moon cycle that is here. As always, I thank you for tuning in with me and sending love and light out to you all. And let's set our intentions right to bring in the things that we want instead of potentially blocking it, what is for us. So I will see you guys all on the next one. All right, later.